Good morning, everyone. Let us take a few more exercises today, right? So there was one program wherein you were asked to write a program that reads the words in words.txt and then stores them as keys in a dictionary, right? So this is one sample file they have given at this side. So whatever file you're taking, there should be some words in it. You need to read those words from that particular file and store them as keys in the dictionary. We know that dictionary, you have a key value pair, right? So what you're trying to do, you're trying to use those words as keys, right? Now let us see how we are trying to do this program. For that, first you need to create your file called words.txt. So I have a file something like this in which you have many words, right? So now here you're taking one count variable initialized to 0. You're creating one dictionary whose name is dictionary underscore words equal to, you're using the dict function in order to create it, and then you're using one file handle and you're opening words.txt because those are the words you need to read line by line and then create keys out of it, right? So what you're doing, for every line in that file handle, you're taking words equal to line.split. You know that split is the function whenever you want different words that are being used, and then for that word in words, right? So now for every word in this words, because words is now a list of words, so for every word you're doing count equal to count plus 1, right? So you're checking and incrementing the count. You're keeping track of how many words are there in that particular file. Now if that word is already there in dictionary words, you need to continue because you know that keys are unique. You need to discard all the duplicates. That is what this comment is telling you here, right? So what we are trying to do here, if you find a repeated word, it will discard it because dictionary keys cannot be duplicates. And if it is not a duplicate dictionary of words for that particular word, it will give you the count, right? So how many times that particular word occurs also you will get, right? So what you are doing equal to count. So whatever is there in count, you are assigning it to that particular word. So value you are giving according to how you are encountering them, because every time you are doing a plus 1. And then after this entire procedure is repeated in the loop and all the words are exhausted from the .txt file, you are printing that dictionary, right? So you can see a comment here, value is the first time the word appears, right? So what value are we assigning to the keys? If the word occurs first, the value is 1. If it occurs second, you are giving it as second. This is what you are trying to do, right? So we have opened our text file and this is what you are doing. And finally, you are just checking if you have the word Python in that dictionary words. If it is there, it would print true. If it is not there, it would print false. So let us run this particular program, dict1, and see the output. So you could see here, right? So that's my words.txt file that I had opened. So this is the key it has taken. It is the first occurrence, programs is second, or is third, and so on. So you see this list would go on until it has exhausted all the words, and then you would see that it is almost up to 210 words that we have, right? So this is what it has taken, right? So I'll show you the file again. You see, writing happens to be the first word, programs is second, or is third, programming is fourth, and so on, right? This is how your file has been split. A dictionary has been created out of it. This false value you have got because here I told you are just checking the word Python in the dictionary. It is not there in all these 10 words, so you get it as false. Okay, so this is one of the examples we have already done. Now, hope this is clear. Let us move on to the next example. What are we trying to do here? Right? You are writing a program that categorizes each mail message by which day of the week the commit was done. To do this, look for the lines that start with from, then look for the third word and keep a running count of each of the days of the week. At the end of the program, print out the contents of your dictionary. Order doesn't matter, right? So what are you trying to do here? Now, trying to check and categorize the mail message by which day of the week it was done. For that, you need to have a sample file. Okay, so in this case, you see this. Right, so one sample file that I have taken here, according to them, this is the name I have given to my file also. So if you see the data here, this is how it would look like. The sample file, this needs to be created before you run the program. right? So this is a sample file. It has a lot of data. We are looking for lines which have from, okay, and then we are looking for the day, right? This day, Saturday, right? Similarly, when you go ahead, you would see here, this is again Saturday now. When you come down, here it is Friday, and so on, right? So this is the sample file that you have created. Now, in order to run this program, we need to have some data like that. So what are you trying to do? Creating a dictionary again, right? So here, the name is dictionary days. File handle, you need to enter a file name. So file name we would be entering is this. Now try this. We always use try except so that everything goes smoothly. And if there is anything, we could display an appropriate error message. So you are opening the file name. You have not specified any mode, so by default it is opening in read mode. File not found error. So if something goes wrong, it will give you a message saying file cannot be opened. It will print the file name and then exit. Right? So it will exit by giving you this message. If in case we had skipped this try except block, then it would abruptly end if the file is not able to open. Right? So this is just to open the file. Now let us see the logic of this program. For line in file handle, so for every line in this particular file called mbox -short.txt, words equal to line.split, first you're splitting all those, the entire line into a list of words. You're checking if length of this words is less than 3 or words of 0 is not equal to from, because the day is only in that line where from is coming. So if it is not, you're just continuing on to the next line, right? Else, there's one more condition. If words of 2 not in dictionary days, right? So what you're trying to do here, it is the first entry, else you are increasing the additional counts. That is the day from Monday to Saturday, whatever we have. If the first time it comes, this is where you are making the entry. If it is coming for the second time, you are just incrementing the count. Right? This is the logic that works there. And finally, once you scan all the data and finish the looping statement, you're just coming out and printing the dictionary days. So let us run this program and see how it works out. So run. This time it's dict2. Okay, so it will ask us for a file name, and we know that our file name is this, okay, which should be in existence before you execute this. So you see the output. Most of the data is for one entry we have for Saturday, and for Friday we have 6 entries, right? That is the data that has been recorded. So if you look at this file once again, most of the days that you have is Friday. So here you see again it is to from, so everywhere Fridays are more, right? And we had only one Saturday in the beginning, so later it's all Friday, right? So what we try to do from this entire file, we just saw day, remove them, put them in the dictionary, found out the total number of count, and then printed the dictionary, right? This is what the second example has been doing. Let us move on with the third one and check it out, what that is supposed to do. So download a copy of the file. Now we have some file called romeo.txt. We need to write a program to open the file and read it line by line. For each line, you need to split the line into a list of words using the split function. For each word, check to see if the word is already in the list. If the word is not in the list, add it to the list. When the program completes, the resulting words in alphabetical order. So now what you're doing, you have a file called romeo.txt in which you have a certain words. You have to read it line by line. Split that line into a list of words, which we generally do with the split function. And then for each word, check to see if the word is already in the list. Right? So if it is already there, don't increment the count. If it is not there, you need to add it to the list. Right? So when the program completes, you need to have the resulting words in the alphabetical order. So once you create the list, you need to sort it. That is what you need to exactly do when it comes to this program. So for this, we need something like a romeo.txt. This is one file, sample file, in which you just have a few lines. Okay, so we are trying to do this program. Let us run it. Okay, let us see the code, how we are doing it. So this is the sample file, romeo.txt. So now first you are creating an empty list. You know that list is with square brackets. You are opening the file romeo.txt. So instead of taking it from the user, you're directly opening it, and hence you have given the name, whatever you create in this particular bracket. For every line in that file handle, you are doing a line dot split. So this splits the line into array of words. And then for that word and words, for every word in that list of words, if word is already there in my list, what we created here, right? So my list is an empty list. If it is not there, right? So if it is in the list, it should continue. If it is not there, it should append the word, right? So when you say continue, it is discarding the duplicates. If it is not there, it is updating the list. Once it does this, all the words have been added to the list. You are just sorting that entire list. So you are printing sorted of my list because you want it in alphabetical order, right? So now when you try to run this program, you can see the output. So you're running the third file and you're using a file romeo.txt. So if you see this file, we already had this. It has created a list of all these words and you can see that they are already in sorted order, right? So when I see sorted, here it is capital here it is small a. When the sorted order is, you know that it is according to ASCII values and capital A always has a higher priority compared to your small a. So this is at 65 and this is somewhere further. So you would see this arranged in this particular order as Python is case sensitive. So this is how this particular program would work, right? So you see, if all the words, a list has been created. This was the file that we used, romeo.txt, right? So all these words have been put up in this dictionary if you have a close look at it, and then they are arranged or sorted in alphabetical order because that was the need of the program. That is the way it is done, right? So in this particular video we have seen these three particular exercises. In my next video I shall deal with some more exercises that would make the concept of how you split those words into a list more clear. Thank you. Have a nice day.